Ahoy me indie game fans, welcome back to I Dream of Indie. This is Ole Gamer Joe here with another review for you today. We're looking at Captain Sabertooth and the Magic Diamond from developer Raven Studio and published by Zordix. This one will be releasing onto the Nintendo Switch and the Steam PC platform as of November 20th of 2020. The game is priced on the Switch at least at $34.99 here in North America. No price on the Steam version at the time of this review, however. Based on the research I've done leading up to this review, I understand that Captain Sabertooth and the Magic Diamond was actually a film that was released in 2019. It was released in Russia. I don't believe it ever got a North American release. Perhaps you can let me know if I'm wrong there. And in turn, that movie was based on a play. These movie tie-in games used to be pretty commonplace here in North America, but we've gotten away from that over the years. So now they're kind of novel when they do come around. It is kind of odd, though, for a movie tie-in game for a movie that never actually came out here to be released. But regardless, what do we have here with Captain Sabertooth and the Magic Diamond? We have a 2D action platformer. In this game, you're able to choose between two different characters, either Pinky or Sunniva, male or female, and your goal is to help Captain Sabertooth's crew find a diamond that's gone missing. It's worth a lot of money, apparently, and it's up to you to decipher and figure out where exactly it is across a variety of different islands. You'll of course need to rely on your platforming skills, but you'll also gain a sword pretty early on in this title, and this will allow you to deal with many of the game's enemies. Most of the tasks that you'll come across in this game involve getting from point A to point B, and the paths are fairly linear, though things do branch off a bit from time to time, and you do have a map that you can look at in order to figure out where to go next. You will need to travel from time to time between the different islands as you collect more abilities along the way. Most of the enemies that you defeat across the islands will leave behind either gold or hearts, or a combination of both. The hearts obviously will refill your energy. They're pretty common, so you don't necessarily have to worry about your health meter too much in the game. You can use the gold to go back to your pirate buddies at any time. Yes, there is a nice fast travel system that's built into this game, so getting around is pretty easy. And the gold will help you to purchase either challenges or health pieces if you are low on health for whatever reason, or even a shovel and other items like that that can help you to dig up treasures that are hidden across the islands. I would have to say that the platforming and exploration elements of Captain Sabertooth and the Magic Diamond were probably my favorite aspects of the game. There's also some mini-games that you'll come across, which include shooting cannons in order to get points. They're fun little diversions to break up the monotony of exploration, but on the whole, the platforming does feel decent. Some of the jumps may seem a little bit short, and the wall jumping can take a little bit of getting used to, but it works to decent effect. Where I did find the game to come up a little bit short is in its combat. You see, when you swing your sword in this game, you have to stay still. There's no forward momentum. It's like Resident Evil style. Your feet get planted and you can't move around, and that made the combat feel a bit stiff and uninteresting. Having the slingshot does add a nice element so that you can use that to switch things up, but I do wish that the sword play was a little bit more fleshed out. In terms of actually being a 2D action platformer, though, this one passed the test. It doesn't necessarily excel in any category, but it gets the job done. I do again wish the combat was a little bit more fluid, but the actual jumping around and avoiding traps, not half bad. And because the challenge level isn't too steep here, though, is fair, I would say, younger audiences will find some entertainment in this one as well. So maybe not for hardcore 2D action platforming fans out there, but younger audiences will definitely enjoy the challenge level and the different environments that they come across, which we'll get into the graphics now. They're not terrible, but I will say there's a lot of reused assets here. I found that a lot of the islands in different areas looked very much the same, a lot of the same textures over and over again. The animations are decent, and there's almost like a rendered Donkey Kong Country look to the game at times that I kind of dug. Enemy design, though, is a little bit uninspired, I would have to say, and again, the real takeaway here was that a lot of the environments do look similar to one another, so don't expect to be blown away by the graphical presentation of this one, but it's kind of cute, and again, that rendered look had some charm to it. As far as the soundtrack here goes, though, it's a little bit uninspired if I'm being honest with you. Most of the tracks kind of drifted off into the background, and when I did pay attention to them, I realized, man, there's just not a lot of thought or melody that went into these compositions. You have the pirate theme going on here, and obviously you have the movie to fall back on, so you would have thought that they'd pay more attention to the overall audio design, but the songs are bland and boring, and the sound effects are much the same, so that aspect of this title is disappointing. Overall, did this game blow me away or surprise me in any real way whatsoever? No, it did not, but is it a competent 2D action-adventure game? Yes, I would say that it is. Obviously geared towards younger audiences, the challenge level is decent here still, but it's not going to appeal to anyone over the age of, I would say, 14. The graphical presentation is a little bit of a mixed bag with those reused assets, but it looks pretty decent in motion actually, and the soundtrack is a missed opportunity, I would say, with the sound effects being a little bit bland as well. Overall, this game doesn't take advantage of the PC hardware at all. I can't speak to the Switch version as we played the Steam PC version. You can change the resolution, but that's about it. But if you have a younger one in the house perhaps that enjoys 2D action platforming style games, then maybe give this one a look. I will say that the price is quite steep for what the game is. $34.99 seems like a lot, so perhaps wait for a sale before setting sail on this one.
Those two things there look awfully similar. Wonder what happens when you step on one.
So will you be checking out Captain Sabertooth and the Magic Diamond? Please let us know in the comments section below. We love chatting along with you. And if you have enjoyed our video coverage today, consider hitting that subscribe button if you have yet to do so. It helps us to bring a voice to the voiceless and continue to bring you more and more indie and AA game reviews. Perhaps consider becoming a member or even checking out our merchandise store. There's tons of links in the description box below. However you end up supporting us, we thank you so much.